This is ABC15 Mornings.
The effort to stop ransomware attacks.
The government is going to have to step up and find ways to put pressure on these criminals.
Cyber threats growing across the country.
Sold without safety regulations.
Someone has made sure that it's safe, or it just wouldn't be allowed to be on the market. In fact, that's not true.
New rules ahead when it comes to any product meant for babies. Do you read Amazon reviews before you purchase a product? If so, you might not be getting the truth.
Fun for the entire family.
Avengers Campus is all of Earth's mightiest heroes coming together to create this place where guests can train.
The new Avengers Campus at Disney's California Adventure opens today.
And here comes Chris Paul. And the Phoenix Suns will give it to Booker with a drive.
Round one in the books. And now it's time for a Friday morning celebration.
Been coaching a long time, his first playoff series win.
Let's rally the Valley, Arizona, for round two.
Love you guys. We got more to do. More to
And you
come.
can feel Suns fever here in the Valley of the Sun. Just feeling so good. What a great win last night against those Lakers.
Yeah, great to see Coach Monty Williams giving him a pep talk after the game. Excellent job. Excited for round two of these playoffs and for the Suns just to continue to dominate.
Yes.
How about that?
I love it. We will talk about when those tickets are going to go on sale here momentarily. But first, we want to make sure you are revved up and ready for this Friday. Jorge is in for Iris this morning for a look at that forecast. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We're off and running to what is going to be, for a lot of you, the hottest day of 2021 so far. Temperatures in the valley generally in the mid and upper 70s for some of you, in the lower 80s. Mesa now 81. Phoenix, the Sky Harbor 81 degrees too. Glendale and Goodyear both at 75 under mostly clear skies. A few passing clouds coming in from the north and the northeast too. And your hiking forecast is looking okay for the morning. Get out there now before it really begins to heat up later this afternoon and this evening too. Temperatures for the next couple of hours in the mid and upper 80s and eventually in the lower 90s by 9. And our high today, 108. That's an expected high. We're calling it the hottest day of 2021 so far. We'll talk more about that forecast for your weekend. It'll be a hot one too. We'll also break down the breezes for some of you and the chance of rain up in the high country. It's all coming up in your most accurate forecast.
Love you guys. We got more to do. More to come. Let's go home. Rest up.
Our Phoenix Suns, yes, earning some much-deserved rest this morning, knocking out the defending champs in Game 6 and advancing to the next round of the NBA playoffs.
Such a great game for this entire team, and now they have to get ready for the Denver Nuggets there.
We do want to bring in our ABC 15 sports team, Craig Fouie and Colin Harmon, with more on this win and how the team is preparing for what is next.
Suns win 113-100. Craig Fouie, Colin Harmon to kind of recap last night's Game 6 in the series. The Suns win the series 4-2. They advance to take on the Denver Nuggets starting Monday night at home at Suns Arena. Colin, what a night for Suns fans.
Didn't it feel great to wake up?
Yes.
Getting the Lakers out of the playoffs. LeBron gone in the first round for the first time in his career. And to do that when we were coming into the series, like, oh, after a great regular season, got to play the Lakers. They are gone. And on to the Denver Nuggets, like you said. What a great way to go to bed and wake up, huh?
It's awesome. Let's talk topic number one last night. That was Devin Booker. Devin Booker started with 22 points in the first quarter alone, en route to 47 on the night.
I mean, it goes without saying that no guy deserved that moment more than Devin Booker for all he's been through for his first 5 seasons in Phoenix prior to this year, all the barely getting to 20-win seasons, to have that kind of moment and not only show up on that stage, but I mean, go absolutely scorched earth. The start that he had, I mean, he tied his career high in three-pointers in the first quarter. It was unbelievable, and it was just, he was locked in from the get-go, and that was just awesome to watch.
I woke up, I had a tough time taking my pregame nap, all out of excitement. I knew we treated this game like a Game 7. We knew we had to come in and, we were stressing since we won the last game that, we wanted to end it here on their home court.
It was a special night for him. And to do that in a closeout game is really cool. And so I was happy for him, happy for our team, and certainly, happy to be moving on.
Did we mention he went 9 for 9 at the free throw line? That too? Hey, let's talk about the Suns' fast start too, because the Suns got out of the chute and they led 36-14 at the end of the first quarter.
Man, and that was so big. Just again, in a closeout game on the road against the defending champs. They talked about how it wasn't going to be easy, but boy, did they make it look that way, at least at the start. It got a little dicey there at the end. But, you know, Jay Crowder being one of the guys with experience, for him to come out firing, especially with how much he struggled early on in this series, to have that. And then that just opened the lid for everybody else. Book got going from there. And, I mean, they had 10 threes in the first quarter. They shot over 72% from the field. You can't ask for much more from your offense right out of the gate to have guys feeling pretty good.
And the guys done worked hard. This team put in a lot of work. The guys that's been here, Book, the guy who's been here the longest, it's special, man. And I'm happy for everybody, but I'm more so happy for him that he's getting to experience this.
It's been a long time coming. You know, a lot of work, a lot of sacrifices went into this, a lot of losses. But, you know, it's only one series. And we still have a lot of work to do. And, you know, this team over here, these guys are battle tested, and they've been farther than the first round. Jay Crowder was in the finals last year. So, you know, we're not going to celebrate our first series like we won a championship. We know we have a tough opponent in Denver coming up soon.
Gotta love the humility, right? Gearing up for the next round. Tickets for games 1 and 2 of the playoffs will go on sale today at 10. Again, the Suns moving on to face those Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference semifinals. Game 1 happens Monday night at Phoenix Suns Arena.
We can't wait. Our community continues to rally around the family of fallen Phoenix police officer Gennaro New. Today, Cobblestone Auto Spas are offering a benefit car wash. The 27-year-old officer killed Monday night when a suspected red light runner crashed into his patrol vehicle. The car wash runs from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Cobblestone that's right there on Bell Road, just off the 51. All locations will accept donations on behalf of the MCSO Memorial Fund.
This morning, Phoenix police are investigating a possible shooting near 75th Avenue and Indian School, and officers are telling us just after midnight, someone driving a Jeep crashed into a light pole. Well, later, investigators learned that driver had been shot. So right now, we're working to get you more information on that case from police. Phoenix police also investigating a shooting involving an off-duty officer. They say he opened fire on a man who was holding 2 people at gunpoint. The officer was out directing traffic near 15th Avenue and Camelback yesterday when he says he heard some sort of commotion and found that man pointing a gun at the 2 people in the parking lot. That's when the officer ended up opening fire. The man who was shot was taken to the hospital, and police say he is in stable condition.
Meantime, the White House is launching new efforts to combat cyber attacks, saying it's time to treat these as a national security threat. The Justice Department now coordinating its anti-ransomware efforts with the same protocols as it does for terrorism. The administration would consider spying on foreign criminals and launching offensive cyber attacks on hackers in Russia.
Well, a startling report is set to be released this morning, and parents, listen to this because it is one that's tied to COVID-19 and kids. Our Mark Thompson is looking at those numbers for us right now. Mark, more kids are now heading to hospitals because of coronavirus?
Yeah, it appears that way, Kaylee. Good morning to you. And later this morning, the CDC will release a report, and the director is calling this a troubling data. That's because over the past 2 weeks, they've seen an uptick in hospitalizations for people under the age of 18.
What we have seen is that when older folks got vaccinated, that the virus did move to younger demographics.
And while we don't have that report yet, we did look into data from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Data from this week, it hasn't been released yet. However, the most recent data shows more than 3.9 million children have tested positive. And for the week of May 20th through the 27th, there were more than 34,000 new cases. And 24 states, they have provided hospitalization numbers showing more than 16,000 children admitted. And that's about 2% of all hospitalizations. In Arizona, about 1,700 have been admitted in the nearly 144,000 cases, and 33 children in Arizona have died. Right now, only children 12 and older can get the Pfizer vaccine. However, that could change by late fall.
We hope that as we approach the end of this calendar year, we'll have enough information to vaccinate children of any age. So I'm cautiously optimistic we might be there by the end of the year.
And the CDC says that they will release guidance on back to school and mask policies, and they'll base that on more evidence once the data comes in. Reporting live in Tempe this morning, Mark Thompson, ABC15 Arizona. I'll send it back to you, Kaylee.
Okay, appreciate that. Thank you, Mark. This weekend, the state health department teaming up with the Arizona Diamondbacks for a vaccine event. Anyone 12 years of age and older who gets vaccinated there at Chase Field tomorrow will get a free ticket to a baseball game. Kids will also get to run the bases and have their picture taken there on the field. Appointments are certainly encouraged, but they will take walk-ins on a first-come, first-served basis.
Opening today, next on ABC 15 Mornings, Disney's ready to recruit and train the next generation of superheroes.
Plus, easing your stress on this Friday morning. It's your bulletin board. How to stop worrying about work on the weekend.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
Good morning to you. I'm Megan Thompson, looking at the roads for you this morning before you head out the door on this Friday, right around 6:15 on your Friday morning. This is a live look for you from the I-10 and 27th Avenue, where we see cars on both sides of the roadway moving very nicely. And a wide look at the maps showing beautiful, mostly green conditions all across the valley as we zoom in to see some of those desert drive times. If you travel on the I-17 southbound, this is your drive time from the 101 to the stack. You're still traveling above 65 miles per hour. It'll take you right around 11 minutes for that drive time. As we look to the East Valley and the 60, you're traveling just under 70 miles per hour, and green conditions on the 202 Santan, and the 202 Red Mountain to the north, all green conditions for you. As we take a look at some desert drive times around the valley, Loop 101 eastbound from the I-17 to State Route 51, 8 minutes. That's how long it'll take you. You're in the green there. And Loop 202 South Mountain southbound from the I-10 to the 202, 19 minutes. And State Route 347 northbound from Maricopa to the 10, 13 minutes. Green conditions for you. Coming up, we're going to go over some weekend construction. There are some things coming up that may impact your travel plans this weekend. I'll keep you posted on that coming up in just a little bit. But first, let's get a check of that most accurate forecast with meteorologist Jorge Torres looking into the weekend. Jorge.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot weekend for sure, Megan. Good morning, everybody. Off and running on this Friday. Temperatures still in the 80s here in the valley officially at Sky Harbor. Meanwhile, in Chandler, 78. Mesa, good morning there, 81 degrees, 77 in Glendale. And Avondale now at 80 degrees too. And as I mentioned, those temperatures will be red hot over the next several hours and for the next several days too. The moderate count for the ozone, that is some good news regarding our air quality. And the UV index will, of course, be very high. So burn time is only 15 minutes between about 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. So lather up with that sunscreen if you'll be out and about during those peak heat times here in Arizona. Meanwhile, the wind will be another big story today across the state. Breezy to windy and gusty at times. The reason why for that is because we have an area of high pressure coming in, and then we have the area of low pressure to our southeast. So it's kind of squeezing everything together, which is why it's going to be breezy for the next couple of days. So fire danger will be a concern across Arizona. So outdoor burning is highly discouraged. Now, we don't have any red flag warnings in effect yet, but that could change, obviously, as these hot, dry conditions and breezy conditions continue on. Look at the highs today. Anywhere from 83 in Flagstaff to 100 up the road in Page. The hot spot, see that big bullseye there in Lake Havasu, 115 later this afternoon. Safford, 100 today. Casa Grande, 106, 108 for both Gila Bend and here in the Phoenix Metro. Now, we still have some excessive heat warnings in effect through tomorrow, including Bullhead City and Lake Havasu, along with portions of the Grand Canyon where those highs could reach 110 at times. So obviously limit your outdoor activities. And if you have to be outside during those peak heat times in this part of our viewing area, use plenty of sunscreen, of course, and stay hydrated. That is key this time of year. That also applies to the valley and much of Arizona, although we don't have any excessive heat warnings, at least for the time being. In the East Valley today, highs in the upper 90s in Carefree, 108 in Scottsdale, Mesa, Tempe, 108 there. Same in Gilbert, Chandler, and Ahwatukee, all at 108 with lows tonight in the upper 70s. Red hot conditions across the West Valley, too. Our average high this time of year, 101. That will not be the case today. We have 107 in Deer Valley for the high, 108 in Peoria. Surprise, Litchfield Park and Avondale all at 108 too. And the weekend, red hot as well. 107 tomorrow and breezy, 105 on Sunday and breezy too. 7-day forecast showing those temperatures dropping a little more early next week. Not by much though. Those highs anywhere from 103 to 105 Monday through Thursday with breezy conditions for the next several days too. And here in the valley, we're talking about gusts up to 20 to 25. It has been a breezy spring, and that trend does continue even with these hot temperatures. Overnight lows will be warm too. Once again in the lower 80s early tomorrow morning, and then those temperatures drop gradually into the 70s. And unfortunately, par for the course, especially in June. No rain in the forecast for the time being for the next 7 days, but there's a chance for a few storms, mainly up in the high country and along the rim through Saturday.
All right, Jorge, you're bringing that heat with you, my friend. You certainly are. Hey, Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport generates billions of dollars for the economy after a really dreadful 2020 where passenger traffic dropped by more than 50%. The airport is on the rebound this morning. The TSA says the number of passengers leaving Sky Harbor every day is almost back to pre-pandemic levels. More than 3 million travelers came through the airport in April.
Is actually over 80% capacity as far as TSA inspections since the pandemic began, and we're really more like at 92%.
Yeah, it's good news. The TSA recommends getting to the airport 2 hours before takeoff. And don't forget, face masks are still required. The State Department of Revenue also reminding people to be wary of scams while you're traveling. Using public Wi-Fi can leave your devices vulnerable. Arrange for someone to pick up your mail while you're gone. And don't post your boarding pass on social media. The barcode could actually disclose confidential information.
Oh, who knew, right? But an important tip there. You know, so many of us live for the weekends, but you cannot be living your best life if you're always worried about work. So on our bulletin board this morning, a few tips to help just make you feel better going into the weekend. First, make a Friday checklist. Get everything you can get done at work before you leave on Friday. This will help to eliminate excessive worry over projects. Then plan your weekend. This will give you something to look forward to here. And whatever it is you're planning will hopefully help you to keep that mind away from that project that's been looming at the office. And you could always distract yourself with, say, a passion project. Write a blog, maybe work on a car, try a new recipe or a furniture makeover. Keeping busy can help to keep you from getting anxious. And finally, turn off technology when you can. Maybe even try to ignore emails. Sorry if you're a boss, but you know, I mean, we don't have to be bombarded with notifications on the phone all weekend long, right? Your time off should also mean some time offline, and that will make you more rejuvenated on Monday. So hopefully these bulletin board tips will help to get you off on the right foot this weekend.
I like that. Good advice, Kaylee. Well, here's something to do this weekend. Scottsdale celebrating its 70th anniversary with concerts and events all month long. Tonight and tomorrow is the Starlight Movie Nights.
It's good to see people out, right? This is like a drive-in, but it's in the outfield there at Scottsdale Stadium. There's also scavenger hunts and a summer solstice festival. All of the details and the full schedule, they're posted right now on oldtownscottsdaleaz.com.
I like that. Hey, free of charge coming up, why Walmart has decided to give away more than 700,000 phones to its employees.
Then young, or maybe not so young, guests can meet some of their favorite superheroes. We have all you need to know before you assemble at Avengers Campus. It's 6:23 and in about 2.5 hours or so, the new Avengers Campus opens at Disney's California Adventure. Guests will be transported inside the Marvel Universe, and ABC's Tony Cabrera shares an up-close look at all that magic.
Avengers Campus is all of Earth's mightiest heroes coming together to create this place where guests can train. You can see the Dora Milaje in action and learn some of their moves. Ant-Man and the Wasp are using PIM particles to supersize and shrink food right there on your plate. We've got Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and even Spider-Man here at the Worldwide Engineering Brigade.
And guests will now have the opportunity to team up with Spidey and save the day on the brand new ride Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure.
Expect a fully immersive experience. So you're riding around in our web vehicles. You can ride the ride and sling these webs like Spider-Man, and it doesn't take anything extra but your 3D glasses. You can get on with kids. There's no height requirement, so get the whole family involved, and you guys just team up, have fun.
And of course, you can't leave a new Disney Resorts land without indulging in some exclusive shopping at the all-new Web Suppliers store.
Like, how could we bring webs to the masses? So it started out as a role play toy where you can shoot your own webs. Kids can make their own gamma goo. We've got ways to make your own spider webs. You can color them, stretch them, use them.
In addition to the gamma goo and spider webs, guests can take home their very own Iron Man technology or the same spider bots from the ride. Avengers Campus isn't just fun, it's engaging, it's interactive, it's Marvel. The campus opens up to the next generation of superheroes this Friday.
it's just exciting. That was Tony Cabrera reporting. Right now, Disneyland is only open to people who live in California. Out-of-town guests, though, can get in on the fun June 15th. You can make your reservations online now.
Oh, the Summer Rising Youth Theater and Phoenix Center for the Arts are hosting virtual arts camps, and there are still some scholarships available. The first session starts on Monday, and the second kicks off July 26th. Each is 2 weeks long, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. This is open to kids ages 7 to 14. Now, for more information, just head to phoenixcenterforthearts.org.
Well, welcome to the jungle. Yeah, Phoenix Suns Arena has been rocking with our Suns in the playoffs. It's going to rock again in August when Guns N' Roses roll into town.
Yeah, so Phoenix is going to turn into Paradise City for the night. Tickets go on sale today.
One of my favorite bands of all time. The show happens August 30th, and this is the first time Axl Rose will perform alongside lead guitarist Slash. Yeah, they're coming back together. And that is a first since 1992.
All right, I like that. Hey, we could use some cold November rain right now with how hot it is, but I don't think we're in luck for that. Excited, nevertheless, Guns N' Roses. Shutting them down next at 6:30, why health officials say it's time to close state-run COVID-19 vaccination sites.
It's not that they intend them to be dangerous. They assume that they're safe, but they really haven't investigated all the possible hazards. And our children, unfortunately, are the guinea pigs.
Plus, a Let Joe Know report for every new parent or anyone expecting. You have to see this.